Hello people and welcome to Nico Reacts, to Nico Evaluates, the first episode, Mega Man 2.5D. I was looking at some of my older stuff, and I just thought it would be hilarious if we got my reaction on the very first episode I ever did, which was on Mega Man 2.5D. So let's just see what has changed since the first episode. This was in 2017, early 2017 even. This ought to be good. Hello people and welcome to Nico Plays Mega Man 2.5D. Bet you didn't see this one coming. This is the— What do you mean, bet you didn't see this coming? I had no audience whatsoever. Didn't see what coming? What am I talking about? Version 1.0.1. And I'm doing this because I sounded salty in the Snupster's review of this game. You can go check it out. I'll put it in the description, you go. Oh great, I'm doing this because I sounded salty. There's now 300 episodes of me sounding salty. Check out our review. I gave mostly negative feedback, but... Negative feedback! Fucking English much. So what am I doing now? It's no different. I'm still giving negative feedback. I assure you, it's only because I want them to... I think I want them to do better. Bullshit. For the next patch, and I wanted to give them good ideas on how to improve the game. And it's only because I know the other Snupsters usually, when they give feedback, they are mostly positive, and somebody, you know, somebody has to be the guy. So why do I sound so fucking happy?
Well, somebody has to give you a feel because the guy
this time. But the payback. It's like, during these 300 episodes, I started out happy. Now I'm bitter as fuck. I will play through the game and let's see if my... I guess if my feedback will change or not. Probably not. So the first issue I have with this game, when you first boot it up, it works fine. But when you try to boot it up again later, I can't seem to get it to work. It just crashes. So oh, that's a minor problem. I boot it the second time and I can't get it to work. What I have to do is actually press enter as long as the intro goes away. That way it actually goes into the game. Press enter. I don't know what's going on there, but it's a minor quirk, I guess. A minor quirk? We'll have to look at. What the fuck are you talking about? Specific for some, I don't even know, like drivers or motherboards or graphics cards. Who gives a shit? Also, the other quirk that it's kind of personal. Your jump button doesn't select these options, rather your shoot button does, which is kind of weird. But isn't it? Guess we'll just go ahead and new game. Let's play on hard. Why not? Yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and new game. If you're watching this and you have no idea who I am, I'm the guy who made up the Buster Only No Miss rule. I'll be doing my showcase Mega Man. Yeah, nobody watched that. For 7 years now, taking out the Mega Man NES games one by one. And I'm now on the wider levels doing the No Miss rule, so go check my channel out if you are interested in that. So let's jump right into the game, and I'll give my feedback. Yeah, let's jump right into the game after 2 minutes of talking nonsense. I guess I go, and I will also explain why this game, or let's say how this game differs from the NES counterpart. Oh, and this was the time when I still, I was playing the game first, like I completely played the game, or I would play the 2 of the next stages and then I would record. So back then I had more time, so I would actually play the stages first and then do the evaluation, so I already knew what I was going into. Nowadays I don't do that. I don't have the time nor the interest. That takes a lot of time, like twice the time. So I just don't do that anymore. Right here I would like if you told us that you can select Proto Man. I mean, you have the up and down arrows there, but for a new player, you're gonna miss that. That's a good point. Of course, when you're some beta testers. My god, I didn't even know how to fucking crop the footage. Look at the top left. Parts are cut out. Because that will help your case a lot. The hitboxes, I'll showcase it to you once or twice. Trying not to kill myself, but look at the hitbox here. It's kind of...
Why do I sound like this when I talk about the game? Why do I sound like this? Why do I sound like this when I'm evaluating the game? What is wrong with my voice?
Funky. it's so sensitive. You have like my voice. I don't know what the fuck happened to it, but if you go back to 2010 and watch my Case Mega Man videos, I sound entirely different, and I even sound different on this than I sound now. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Exact. Disheartening, like I said in the Snupster review.
Is it review
so
or
for
review?
Someone whose favorite game is Mega Man 4, I'm so picky.
Really?
It's just me.
I'm picky?
I've seen a lot of people
Oh,
enjoy
shit.
this game, and it's not wrong. Okay, that's,
I've seen a lot of people enjoy this game and it's not wrong.
we're gonna have to come back to this
Good.
stage apparently, because there's some button up there. Not sure how to get there yet. This game looks gorgeous. It's phenomenally made. It looks pretty. And I remember
I was just lying. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. 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 It, like, the first few evaluations I was still kinda kissing ass. I think this was a lie. I didn't really like how the game looked. It looks fucking awkward as hell. So I just made that up.
the
So I'm pretty sure I was just talking out of my ass there.
first time I saw anything from this game was
Anything?
exactly 8 years ago. I was 20 years old back then, and I was like, holy shit, that looks cool.
I'm talking about it like that was 200 years ago. Back when I was 20, I was kind of an idiot. God, that was 10 years ago.
And now to actually play it, it's kind of... It has passed my time, so to
Also, what is this? I'm just going through the game instead of explaining all the enemies and the mechanics and physics. I'm just playing the game.
speak. I'm nearing
I didn't even realize that was a thing. The show has changed a bit since then.
30 years old, and I'm at the point in life where I don't get excited about new games anymore.
Can you stop talking about yourself? Concentrate on the game.
only game that I actually was excited about was Rocket League, and I'm still playing it. And this is like the past 5 years.
God.
It's just...
Who gives
I think
a shit?
games have just grown out of me. But that's what happens, I guess. Bigger priorities in life
Priorities.
take over. Alright. So this
Bigger
boss,
priorities as...
I have a problem with it. in
like
the-
playing
in the
Rocket
sense
League.
that this little snake at the top doesn't give out any animation. Like,
Good tip.
the first time I was here, I had no idea how this
There should
boss
be
works.
animation.
You just have to know.
What I'm more impressed about is that I don't have like almost any cuts in this. I'm just talking away and playing the game. Nowadays I just cut a lot because I'm saying shit that doesn't make any sense, and I realized when I'm editing. Or I'm just talking out of my ass or something like that. I just cut the footage a lot. This is just one clean sleek. I do appreciate that.
And it's not because it's
But I'm talking less about the game and more about myself.
hard, it's because it's hard on wrong merits, so to speak. That's what's wrong with me, apparently. I do want to showcase it. That was just my
Just cut the footage and go back to it. God.
lack of understanding how my brain works. See, there you saw it. So it's a bit fidgety.
Fidgety.
And in Snupster review, you can actually see me dropping down one of these platforms. So apparently, if you land on the edge of these platforms, it gets a little fidgety.
You said that already.
Take a look at that. If there's a fix, that would be pretty cool.
No, it wouldn't be pretty cool. That's fucking mandatory. That's a huge problem in the game.
Because you have to use those platforms to cross this game
Yes,
stage.
exactly.
So I would love if they worked well. The other problem that I had this game was that there's no
I just noticed now how blurry Mega Man is. And how blurry this game is in general. Look at the game.
new
It's
designs.
just blurry
apart
as
from
fuck.
Time Man. Making him 8-bit was pretty cool. But the problem I have is that I've already played
Say problem one more time.
these stages so much. I would have liked if you guys made new levels and new bosses, and that way, in the Snupster review, you can see us or me a bit bashing about the enemy.
Oh my god, the English is just went full eternal.
AI not being the same as in the NES games.
You can see me
That
a
would be
bit
completely
bitching
avoided
about
had you made new
the
bosses and
game.
enemies, because then we wouldn't have known about any
No.
like how enemies worked and such. So this is one of my issues here. On the NES game, Pharaoh Man can be shot from the upper platform, but in this one, he can't. Of course, it's probably a design choice, and some people...
Yeah, probably a design choice. No, they just fucked up.
Challenge. You can't just shoot him from an upper platform. That makes the fight longer. I can see that, like... I can see...
That's not a design
some
choice,
like
they
the
fucked
process
up.
better this way.
Come on.
It does add challenge. I'll give it that. Like, I understand where people are coming from. And it's okay. It's okay with me. It's just, it's not for me, I guess. Like, changing the normal AI from the NES games to something else just makes me... I don't know, it just messes with my brain and I'm like, why is this made like this? It's just...
You're a riot.
I guess it's just me. As you can see, I'm having a hard time even with Pharaoh Man. Even when I know how he works with this new build. Sipping my coffee. That was also a pretty close call. That's only a buster run, like normal. I'm not trying to do any challenges here, I'm just playing through the game.
Oh, really? Really
Alright,
now?
so Proto Man, I think, does nothing differently from Mega Man as
You think?
far as I can tell.
How about do some
Correct me
research?
if I'm wrong. You have 3 shots on the screen, but the widescreen kind of messes
God,
that
the
up because
camera. Yeah, the
but it
widescreen
doesn't
really
work for
fucked the game.
widescreens, it's way too long of a playfield. I would have preferred this to be 4x3. These effects are very nice, but oftentimes they're placed in parts where you can't see the enemy, and you take a hit because of that. Of course, once you learn the game, it's not a problem.
I can't recall if that was actually true. I can't recall if any enemies were placed behind those poles. I don't think so.
If you do want to learn the game, that is. That's an interesting.
Interesting.
There. Like,
Huh, what the fuck?
normal Mega Man, I bet. Of course, once you learn the game, it's not a problem. If you do want to learn the game, that is.
If you do want to learn the game.
Interestingly placed enemy there. Like, normal Mega Man, I wouldn't think I'd get hit there. Like, I want to see this. Because I'm not
It's
sure how I
good
got
testing
hit
there.
Is it because of white hitboxes or... Yeah, it's kind of strange. I'm not sure what's going on.
It is strange.
Because I'm playing the game as I would play the NES counterparts. That's why I get hit most of the time.
The most important question is why the fuck
not
do
to
I
say
sound like
don't
that?
make any mistakes ever, but it's just... You know what I mean.
Sounds like I have a stick
You're
up
so
my
used
ass.
to the old mechanics that it's kind of weird. And also, I would have considered making the shots go through the level, like on the top layer, because now you can't actually see where you're shooting.
That's also a good point,
guess
but
that's
it's also 2.5D.
2.5D,
It would
yeah, you can't
kind of
get
make it
all,
look
I understand that.
off. The game just looks off in general.
Kudos for the dev, who was actually a very good sport on our Snupster review. I thought he was gonna wreck me. Like, I thought he was gonna...
Well, nowadays I don't just give a fuck. They can wreck me all they want.
But I guess he really appreciates...
Nobody has
it,
succeeded yet.
even though I was a bit harsh. But somebody's gonna be the guy.
Nobody has had good enough
like-
arguments to
excellent
counter-argument
game for-
mine.
Those people who have memories about Mega Man games but don't really recognize the patterns and can't tell the difference between stuff like that. As I go through the game, I like to point out bugs for the developer to fix if he so desires.
Well, that's the whole
So this
fucking
is also
point of
a-
the show, you...
I can't call it a beta test, but
Dumbass.
it's just a test. This is not possible in any normal Mega Man. I actually beta tested Mega Man Unlimited, and I did give
I think everyone knows
feedback,
at this point that I beta
while
tested
he
Mega
was
Man
probably
Unlimited.
sweating
It's in the fucking intro.
He actually
But
appreciated
back
the
then,
feedback.
didn't have an intro. That was good knowledge to share.
Can't understand why this doesn't work sometimes.
Just don't suck your own cock too
All
much.
for energy. I see.
Well, it's actually a good
This is
price.
so frustrating.
Kill the Cho for the energy, except the Cho is kinda broken as we can see.
You can see where my
But the
frustration
challenge
comes
was
from
good for
sometimes.
getting the
It's just-
energy.
When you're
Yeah,
a
the
veteran
hitboxes
Mega
are
Man
fucking
player, you
garbage
know
in this
the ins and
game.
outs of the games.
Not sure if they still
Like,
are, but
you
in this
shouldn't-
version.
You shouldn't get hit here.
That's
In a
exactly
normal
right,
Mega
you
Man
should not
game,
get hit
this
there.
shouldn't hit you, but it does in here.
If I'm not completely mistaken, I think they fixed that.
I get frustrated easily when things don't work the same way. But I have to understand, it's a fan game. I try to always be perfect with whatever I do. it's a weakness of me as well.
I stopped
try to
doing
be
that a while ago.
Pixel perfect in everything I do.
Nobody can be
So
perfect at everything.
self-critical that if I was a game designer, I would not release a game that I wasn't truly happy about. And
I still think
certainly
that way. You
wouldn't,
should not fucking release a game if
beta
you're not
test the
happy with
game
it.
with
And if you
one
are happy with it, but everyone else
graphical
think it
pixel
sucks,
somewhere
maybe
that
look in
I
the
don't
mirror.
like, that would prevent me from launching a game, and that would probably make it so that I
That's not
see
constructive
if he
criticism.
comes back if I kill him like this. Oh, that's another
Right.
weird quirk. I can't always throw the Pharaoh shot in a diagonal level. That was weird.
Oh god.
Waste too much because I want to kill the boss. Does he come back?
Like it's been 2 years, maybe a
So
lot of
there's
this has
no,
changed. But I'm just
respawn
reacting
enemies
to
in
myself
this
here,
I
not the
don't think.
game,
Unless you scroll way back, I guess.
for the most part.
Depends on, I guess yourself if you like that or not. For me, that's not an issue. I'm not.
You know, most
for
things in life depend on yourself. If they don't, it's a
respawning
fact.
enemies,
It's
but
called a
I'm gonna
fact.
So here's one problem: you can't grab the bottom of a ladder. I'm pressing up here. nothing
Really, I
happens.
forgot about that.
So there's a definite hitbox.
This guy's great. What a
That's
great reviewer.
wonky here. You do
Finds
grab
all
the
of these
ladder at the
things.
bottom as well, like this.
I
But if
love
you
this
try to
guy.
grab it from here, it doesn't work. What's going on in there?
Can't even
It's
grab
like
that
playing
ladder.
hard on that part because I can't always grab a ladder. I can't believe I died.
Somebody made a good point a while back.
Is there something useful here?
They said that they watched so many episodes of Nico
I like
Evaluates
this part. This is one of my favorite
that if
parts
they
of
took the sound out
that, little maneuvering
and
part,
watched
that's
the
what
episode
is all about. I like
without
that.
any sounds, just looking at the controller, looking at the screen, they would still exactly know what I was saying about the game, and that's pretty fucking hilarious if you think about it. It's not bad, it's just that I've grown on them.
That's not.
This looks a lot better than
Part.
the original Time Man stage.
Oh god.
Well,
damn it.
partly because it's powered up,
Send them out, commend them out.
Always fun.
and the Pharaoh shot is fucking
Jumps
broken
by
in this
far
game.
are the most
Or
annoying
was
enemy.
in 2017.
It's not right. It's just.
I was watching,
They are hard.
I guess the developer was streaming something a year ago. It was meant to be a showcase of new features they added and bug fixes they did. But all they did in the stream was say, well, this is what we fixed, and then they were about to show it and it didn't work, and they were like, oh, it doesn't work, I'll fix it. Well, here's this other feature, oh, it doesn't work, well, I'll fix it later. But this is what we did, this is new. Well, it doesn't work for some reason, I'll just fix it later. So,
Check the Snupster review first.
I went to the stream,
Because
got a bit pissed off and left.
light in
Just a waste of my time. Since then, I haven't really paid attention to the game at all. It's just
not to
haven't
say wrong,
gotten my interest anymore.
But what this game is lacking.
If you're
Like this is
streaming a feature showcase,
the show just doesn't
you
work
better be goddamn sure that you don't run into any problems, or just
like show. Should be
you have to be certain
should
that the
work
features you're showing actually
out
work.
of the box.
Right? That's the whole point of a feature stream. You're showing new features instead of, oh, I'll fix it.
Fun.
That was not the point of the stream, right?
And I like how they like ding away and drop down.
I just think this game wasn't worth my time ever.
This is like my favorite stage, and you know why?
I was so excited about this
Because
game when it
I've never
originally,
played Time Man stage in the powered up series or anywhere else.
when the trailer of it originally aired, like a long time ago.
I have some experience on the charge.
And I still hate how the Robot Master hilt looks like that. It's like done in paint.
That's how it should be.
I think I even mentioned it in this video.
God.
So that just means I still have the same criticism, which is good. Or I just memorized the episodes.
I was trying to crash the game deliberately.
And I also hate how the health slowly goes down when you hit the enemy.
Let's
It's just,
take out one more boss
it's
and
not a
call-
good
call that
feedback
the episode.
for the player.
So you can see
You're not gonna
the,
immediately know how much damage you
boss
did.
hilt at the top middle there.
Yeah, there I go about it.
I'm not sure I kind of like that. It's because it kind of looks like it was done in MS Paint.
Yes.
I would prefer
Yep.
the old-fashioned way. It looks out of place. I don't know what it is.
I do know what it is.
I wouldn't be happy about that if I was
Looks
a
like shit.
developer. Again, remember what I said. I'm critical about my own work. If the dev was happy about that, then they are happy about it. Of course, when you work 8 years on a game, at some point you just have to. Holy shit! You just have to accept
Can you get the
think
words
about where
out, you
are actually
fucking
using your time
dingbat?
on. This is
Can't even
a bit
fucking
weird
talk.
respawning. Ugh. That's a rough start.
It's a rough start listening to you.
And keep in mind, guys, I've done no miss Buster only challenges, and
Here we go
time
again.
with this game. I would probably learn it in a few weeks if I wanted to, but I don't really want to. It's not that the game is bad. The game is just not for me, and I want to demonstrate. I actually want to see if my perspective changes if I beat the game.
It doesn't.
I don't wanna be that guy who plays for 15 minutes and calls it shit. Because that's all.
That is actually a good point. It was one of my reasons that I started doing this was because most video games for me have always been 15 minutes and I'm done with it. If it doesn't grab my attention in 15 minutes, yeah, I'm done with it. So in a way, Nico Evaluates forces me to most times play through the entire game and then make my assessment. Now, it could be easily done in 15 minutes as well, but playing through the whole game can reveal some other things you might have missed. So that's also a good reason to do the show.
That's always been me. I always call games shit when I played them for 5 minutes and then just give up. I want to actually.
It's like I'm talking to myself.
Give it a fair chance. And of course, give the developer some bugs and places to improve as well when I go through this.
In most cases, developers don't give a shit.
If you're here to watch my perfect runs and you're like, what is this shit content, just go away. You don't have to watch this.
Funny how things have turned, right? Now nobody gives a shit about the perfect runs, they all give a shit about Nico Evaluates now.
If that's not for you, yep,
what the fuck hit me?
You can just wait for my.
What the fuck hit past me? That's like straight from Battletoads.
Of course, if you made it this far, I don't think you're one of those people. Ah, last time when I...
Can you stop stroking your own cock?
Last time when I was here, the right ladder didn't have an enemy at all, but now it did. That caught me off guard.
That caught me off guard.
So some inconsistency there. Not sure what causes it. Of course I want to try to use the weapon.
Just looking at this, it really tells a tale. Like how it feels like shit to hit enemies.
So
at least back in 2017.
Audio Mantoid and me found, especially in this game,
oh yeah, this
if
is
you
good.
transition the screen, and you
can't transition it back.
Like you want to go up there, you just fall down the left and you die. So that's one thing to keep in mind.
How about you show it?
You should probably add an invisible wall here, so
show
it
it.
would prevent you from going back and killing yourself.
Ah,
that's
shit.
Kind of dumb.
Amateur mistake. Critical
of course,
feedback, and you're not showing
I would,
what is happening.
On how to,
you're not showing the result. Who's gonna believe you now?
What I always liked from the original games was the little pause when you get energy. And I'm kind of sad it's not here. I can see how it... That was probably a limitation on the NES, like how they coded the Mega Man games.
I'm kind of sad you sound like Four Eyes.
But I kind of like that. When you get energy...
You know the difference between this first episode and my current work? I keep repeating so many things in this. Like I'm struggling.
Physics. Am I gonna make that jump?
Struggling with my commentary. I repeat things like 25 times. I still do that sometimes because it's just a habit, but it's just, this is ridiculous.
With one shot.
I can go about the same thing for like 10 minutes.
So the 2.5D, I don't think it plays in the game's favor when you're climbing up. Like every time
it doesn't play in the game's favor anywhere in the game.
Bumped up like this, I find
well, that's not fair. Maybe sometimes it's kind of cool, but
like
it's just a few instances still.
Like I know you
it's kind of like the time stopper of fan games.
Physically, when I'm
hey, everything is stopped. Oh, it's gone.
Getting a sore neck. It's just weird.
Getting a sore neck. I'm getting a sore neck.
For no reason. That's probably just me.
I'm getting a neck bend.
You know those.
Listen,
when they turn the wheel,
I'm kind of retarded.
I mean, when they like look left or right, they turn the wheel at the same time.
Really? You're.
They can't like.
Talking about women and driving now. Okay, we went there.
That's kind of the
women can't drive. Talk about the Asian people. Can't drive for shit.
You have to improve your motor.
Truths.com/Nico Evaluates.
Say that's on me.
Nico evaluates women. How much is there left?
Man,
God damn.
Weakness. We don't have it. Let's see how much damage. Alright. I like that the gate actually fucking bumped the ferro shot off.
That's actually pretty fucking cool.
Ferro shot?
They probably fixed it.
Fully charged. 1 damage. Would you consider like doing at least 2 damage?
Would you consider?
Or just nothing at all? Because 1 damage.
Would you consider doing that?
Shot, that's kinda. So the normal NES strategy on Snake Man does not work. For
Good
shit.
point.
What I've seen that works is actually.
How about you
down here most
repeat
of the
that 5 times so we really get the point
Of
across?
course, that doesn't
Oh yeah, the weird E-tank usage in this.
keep you guys waiting.
Forgot about
to
that.
meet the weakest boss.
I
let
can't
me
even
see if I can do
recall
this right.
most of the games I've done.
Nope.
Like if
It's
somebody
just
asked me
some
now,
jumps.
what is Mega Man Revolution?
Yep,
I
don't
couldn't
know.
give
I
you an
don't know how
answer.
it
I couldn't
works,
name a single Robot
not
Master.
eager to find out yet.
I don't have a very good memory. I'd have to look at the whole series first to
Alright,
memorize
so-
the game again.
Well, okay. At least that gives us.
That also
more
tells
time
you a
to
story
check,
how
Snake Man's,
unmemorable these
talent
games are.
out. That was a bit dumb using an E-tank and dying, but
I can memorize
I
some
was
things from
trying to
Rock Force and
demonstrate
Super
fast
Fighting
as well.
Robots.
So
games like
normally,
that.
here,
The
even if you
hitboxes are just
really
an
jump
insult
over
in
him,
this
you
game.
You still take a hit, or he jumps.
This version, I have to
I'm
keep
trying to
repeating
move him
that
in
because
the
people are
strategy,
gonna jump.
I'm
Hey,
doing so bad.
they
So
updated the
maybe if you
game.
stand here and jump over when he comes, maybe that works. There we go. Maybe there is a strategy for this. That's different. No. See, way.
Man,
But then he throws a curveball and it doesn't work. So
I'm making
it works there.
like the sentences
but
I'm
if he
making
doesn't
are so
throw his-
fucking long.
No, he's still.
You can
okay.
stretch my sentences
So
up to the
forget
moon
everything I just said.
and back.
He's so random.
Have a
Yeah,
fucking
this-
period here. Have a fucking period. This is fucking painful to
Like
watch.
that. But then if he does, you're fucked.
Like the
How are you
pacing is
supposed to avoid
completely ass in this first episode.
Yes, that's for me. to
Probably the
find out.
first game.
And here, the 3-shot limit doesn't play in your favor at all. The room is so wide that if you
It's
miss
just
3
boring to
times,
watch.
you have
Falling
no
asleep.
way of dealing damage fast.
I feel like the
You'll just probably get
oh
hit.
god.
We have 2
I feel
lives,
like
so
the
let's not use the
structure that we have on the show right now
We
works.
don't even have to. Thanks
health
for watching the
entertainment,
first episode of
health
Nico Plays
evaluation. I think
Mega
that's
Man
more
64
fun
5D.
for
we'll
everyone.
continue next time to see what more we can
No.
find out about the game.
No, 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 no.
Thanks for watching. I'll be back.
No, don't.